So this is my son Declan at 9 months old. He's 8 now. I just want people to know that I have permission to use his photos. But we'll talk a little bit about what we start seeing at 9 months old. So under social and emotional, we may be afraid of strangers. We might be clingy with familiar adults. We have favorite toys. We understand what the word no means. We made a lot of different sounds like mama, 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 ba, 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 ba. Those kind of repeated sounds. We hopefully are copying sounds and gestures of others. We use our finger to point at things. As you can see, he's in a stroller. We're walking somewhere. I'm sure we saw like a cool dog or like a tree. So we need to point that out to mom, which is great. We watch the path of something as it falls. We're looking for things that we are hiding, that peekaboo game. We put everything in our mouth. Everything tastes delicious. That's how we explore our environment. That's why we don't give little kids Legos. We can move things smoothly from one hand to the other. And that's when we start doing the Cheerio game where we can pick up the Cheerios between our thumb and index finger. We can stand holding on to things. We can get into a sitting position all by ourselves. We can sit without support. We can pull ourselves to stand and we can start crawling. Yes, it is also his emotional support tennis ball. Thanks, Matt. Yep, we loved balls. We still love balls. We do every sport that involves balls. Kickball is our claim to fame. Here he is at 12 months old. So you can see he is standing now all by himself. They may be shy or nervous with strangers, cries when mom or dad leave. We have favorite things and favorite people. We show fear in some situations. They hand you a book to indicate they want to hear a story. We repeat actions and sounds. We play games like peekaboo and patty cake still. We respond to simple spoken requests. We can use simple gestures like shaking our head no or waving bye-bye. Make sounds with changes in tone. We can say mama and dada, exclamations like uh-oh, and trying to say whole words. We explore things in different ways like shaking, banging, and throwing. We find hidden things. We look at the pictures when they're named. We're copying gestures. We're using things correctly, drinking from a cup, probably with some spilling, brushing our hair, even though you can see Declan didn't have a whole lot. Banging two things together, which is what he is actually doing with those two scoopers. We were playing with the water table. Put things in containers and taking things out. Follow simple directions like pick up a toy. We can still get in that sitting position without help. We can pull, stand, and walk, hold on to furniture. May take a few steps without holding on and may stand alone. Declan was an early walker, and so he was cruising around easily on his own at 11 months, which is why he is standing unassisted in that picture. I did test with his mat, so I'm really hoping that this works right now. This is my daughter, Olivia. She's now 11 and probably would murder me if she knew I was showing pictures and videos of her at 1 year old, but she is very cute. We're in her high chair. I was the neurotic first-time mom as a BCBA and said, I want to know all the cool things my kid can do at 12 months. So I'm asking her some animal sounds. You're going to hear her respond to that. You also can't see him, but my husband comes into the room. And so she starts saying dada and waving. Of course, after my husband, the dog comes in, whose name's Sarah, and she starts shouting rah, rah. And then we actually answer some of my questions. So here she is at a year.
Yeah. What does the sheep say? What does the sheep say? Liv, what does the sheep say?
Baba.
What does the horse say? What does the horse say?
Dada.
There it is. That's Dada. Hi, Daddy. Livy, what does the horse say?
Mama.
And that's Sarah. Good job. Livy, what does the horse say? Livy. Oh, you saw Daddy's phone.
What does the horse say, Liv?
Nah.
Nay.
Yeah.
So yeah, she does eventually tell us nay after we are very distracted by Daddy and our dog.
Yeah.
Go. Get to our next screen here. Looking at child development at 18 months old. You can see Declan here now is getting bigger. You can see that we like familiar people. So he's hugging his sister here who's older. We can say single words. We can shake our head no still. We point and show someone what we want in terms of our motor skills. And we should be up and walking around now. We can help undress ourselves. We drink with a cup. We eat with a spoon. You can see he's doing some sticker work there. So our fine motor skills are coming along. We can do some simple pretend play at this time. We also know what ordinary things are for. So maybe we're picking up a phone and putting it to our ear. Maybe we're picking up a banana and putting it to our ear if it looks like a telephone. Scribbling on our own points to one body part. We are learning all sorts of new things. So here's a language sample at 18 months. You're going to have to tolerate my terrible singing voice. Apologies in advance.
The radio on the bus goes
Beep bop.
bee-bop-a-doo, bee-bop-a-doo. The radio on the bus goes
Beep bop.
bee-bop-a-doo all through the town.
So we have some interverbals here. Oh no, someone said they can't hear or see it. For those of you who couldn't hear or see it, I am terribly sorry. I asked her, I started singing the beginning part, the radio on the bus goes, and she goes bebop, because I used to sing the radio on the bus goes bebop badoo. She said bebop. Let's see. I'm so sorry that people are having issues with seeing and hearing, but some people can. All right. I know Matt did paste the slides. So I think someone did that as a workaround for right now. But I'm terribly sorry for that.
Yeah, if you're having
ahead, Matt.
problems, shoot me a DM either through Zoom or Facebook, and maybe we can try and problem solve. It seems like there's a Zoom setting or something. So yeah, DM me.
Okay. Thanks, Matt. And so sorry, guys, about that. And then again, hopefully, if you are really interested, you can always go back and watch the recording to see those particular pieces. I am going to move a little bit quicker through child development at 2 years here. Just a couple different things. We start getting excited with other kids in terms of that social emotional growth. We start showing defiant behavior. Yay, toddler, the terrible twos, right? We play mainly beside other kids, but we may start including other kids as well. In terms of cognitive, we can do some simple make-believe. We can build some towers. We may start showing some hand dominance at this time. We can follow two-step instructions. We can name items in books, such as like a cat or a bird. Motor, we can start hopefully climbing up and down on furniture. We can kick a ball. We can start running. We can say 2 to 4 words, and we're going to repeat words that we have overheard in conversations. All right, here's another language sample. So sorry for those of you who can't hear. I did a video for my dad and my father-in-law for Father's Day, asking Olivia to say Happy Father's Day. So you're going to hear her say that.
Liv, what can you say to Grandpa and Papa?
Mommy. Happy Father's Day.
What was that?
Happy Father's Day.
Wow, good job.
So you heard her. She did say
Liv,
Happy Father's Day. It's a little bit difficult, probably, if you didn't know that she was supposed to say that. It's a little hard to understand her at 2 years old, but we are doing multiple words together. Here she's at 2.5 years old. A lot easier to understand what she's saying now. She's doing longer sentences. It is a little bit more difficult in this video because she does have her back to me at some point. She is playing with her Valentine's Day heart here.
Do you like your Valentine heart? Can you give her a little hug? Oh, that's so nice. Are you friends? Do you like her?
She's dancing.
Yeah.
Now she's flapping like a butterfly. Now she's jumping.
So she's describing here. She's like, first it's flapping like a butterfly. It's jumping. So she's doing some more description here.
Wow.
Now she's hopping. Now she's hopping.
Hopping?
She's hop, hop.
Wow, that was high she could hop.
Look how high Look how high she can hop.
Let's see.
Whoa!
And she says, look how high she can hop. And then, it's demonstrating that. So you can see pretty big difference there of how much speech we have, how much we're able to include and show what we're doing. As we move on to 3 years old, we start having friends now. We start understanding mine versus someone else's. We can do 2 or 3 step instructions. We understand kind of preposition stuff like that. We can talk well enough for strangers to understand most of the time. We can do conversations at 2 to 3 sentences. We can start doing a lot more make-believe kinds of things. We can copy a circle with a pen or a crayon. We can turn books one page at a time. We're climbing now. We can pedal tricycles. We're doing stairs using one foot on each step. I'm going to skip this language sample just for time here. Then at 4 years, you can see we're learning a whole bunch of more stuff. We're cooperating with other children. We would rather play with other kiddos than by ourselves. We start talking about what we like and what we're interested in. We know some basic grammar rules. We can sing a song or a poem from memory, such as Itsy Bitsy Spider or Wheels on the Bus. We can tell people our first and last name. Cognitive, we can do some colors, some numbers. We understand the idea of counting. We understand same and different. We can draw a person with 2 to 4 body parts. We can use scissors. We can start doing board games and things like that. And then at 5, this is when kiddos are starting to go into kinder. We want to please our friends. We want to be friends. We want to be liked. Sometimes we're a little bit demanding and sometimes very cooperative. We can speak clearly now. We can tell a simple story with full sentences. We can use future tense. We can count 10 or more things. We can start printing some letters and numbers. We can start hopping. We can do somersaults, fork and spoon. Sometimes maybe a table knife if we're like spreading and things like that. And we're, should be toilet trained completely on our own at this point. Here is Olivia again. She is Skyping with my parents, and she's going to tell them what she wants for her birthday as she's approaching 5 years old.
Tell Mimi and Grandpa what you want for your birthday.
What I want for my birthday is a robot to clean my room.
So she said, I want a robot for my birthday to clean my room. So we are getting imaginative here. Everyone can hopefully understand her. Yes, we're going to give her a Roomba, Matt. That would be the solution.